Well, all you shooters and reloaders out there, Fortune Cookie 45LC coming to you from the Hot Lead Zone, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Mike C for this great brass. There's about 25 rounds of matched Remington Peters 44 Magnum brass and about 25 rounds of matched Aguila 45 Colt brass. And this brass is very clean, polished, and it has that feel of wet tumble because there's no dust on these. And the insides of the brass are shiny as well, as you can see, and clean, perfectly clean inside and out. Wet tumbled brass. So this is very thoughtful of Mike to send this, and I'll put it to good use as matched brass. But Mike's been doing some casting and powder coating, so I thought I'd go ahead and do a powder coating video for our Paradox Slugs and dedicate it to Mike C. So Mike, here you go. So we're going to powder coat today. We got our Eastwood Seafoam Green, and we're going to put it into something different. We're going to use this plastic jug for biscotti cookies, but it's labeled as the #1 plastic. We'll go ahead and put the powder in first. It won't get into the base of our slugs as easy. Then we'll go ahead and put our Paradox slugs in. Get a bunch of those in there. And let's see if this #1 plastic works for coating the slugs. Just tumble those for about 30 seconds. Then we'll have a look. Well, it looks like it covered just the way we wanted to. 30 seconds was enough. And then we pour the coated slugs into our wire basket. As you see, and that makes for convenient shaking to get rid of the excess powder. As you see. Now we'll take those slugs and put them base down onto our tray. So there's the tray ready to go into the oven. And here they are going in. $20 and we'll come back, check them out. In the meantime, we're going to do the next tray, get that ready to go. Now it's still good to glance inside each slug before you put it on the tray, because there might be a clump in there that somehow escaped all the shaking. And that'll save you from having frustration later on when we're putting the wads together. Now it's good to take each slug and give it a tap on the floor with the base down to get rid of any excess powder that got inside the base. Sometimes we don't think there's anything in there in excess, but when you tap it, you still get some excess out of the center of the base there. So it's good to do that. So there's the tray ready to go into the oven as soon as the first batch is done. So this video is for Mike C. Once again, the 20 minutes is up, so we take the tray out, set it on top, it's hot, and then the next one goes in. Now these trays, we have to be careful that we don't catch the corner of the tray on something as we're transporting it, because that'll upset the tray and you'll have a big mess. "20 minutes. So once again, we can take the hot slugs and put them on the floor to cool. As you see. So this is typical of your output that you'll get, and you'll see that they're well coated. The important driving bands are all coated, and yet the detail of the groove still comes through because it's not so thick that it's obtrusive. Seafoam green works just fine. Also notice that the internal is not coated, and that's what we want. We don't want a lot of powder inside where the wad's going to be going to mate with the slug. Now here's an interesting phenomena that not many videos have pointed out. In fact, I don't think I've heard any other one point this out. But our powder coated slugs can have a kind of a tinny metallic sound if you clink them together. They actually clink. Hear that? That's completely normal. Well, I was a little messier than usual, but it's very easy to clean up using a wet paper towel. And you just simply wipe with a wet paper towel, and that picks it all up nicely. As you see. Well, here's the last batch out of the oven. Doesn't stick on the parchment paper. We'll just let those cool off. Now, some shooters and reloaders have commented that they don't want to do powder coating because it takes more time. Well, the actual time spent doing it is not as much as it seems, because a lot of it is the time in the oven, this kind of thing. So, give you an example, that last 20 minutes, I went ahead and took down the Christmas lights during the time it was cooking in the oven, and so put that time to good use. Christmas lights are done for another year. And picking up the toaster oven to put it away is no problem, but notice everything is hot all the time. And notice they cool very quickly so that we can already go ahead and handle them and put them into our jug. We'll go ahead and show you that. Well, you gotta admit, those sure came out nice, those powder coated slugs. And it's not a paradox, really. Very nice output with those Eastwood powders. So there's our jug of powder coated Paradox slugs. So thanks again to Mike C for that beautiful brass. And Mike, this video was for you. Bye for now.